Okay, because I can't see you guys, and in case something gets frozen, so then let me know, right? I can only see my screen right now. Okay, so do you see beautiful paintings?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All
Yes,
of
sir.
them have been done by me.
Great. Very beautiful, sir.
Very beautiful.
All right. So thank you very much. So um, so the last time was my first address. I had not done something like this in the last 12 years. And then we decided that we are going to do celebrate a wow festival. And today happens to be one of the biggest festivals of India, right? The Mahashivratri. I recently came to know that actually the Shivaratri is something that happens every month. Only this month it is called, it's very, very special. Actually, all Shivaratris are special, but this is extra special, and it's got to do with something to do with the consciousness. It's supposed to be very, very auspicious night, right? So people who practice yoga and tantra, they wait for this, and this is supposed to be the culmination of so whatever it is that they were practicing, right? So they would take a project, and that project would end on this date. So supposedly then they would get the fruits or the results of their practices, right? So that's how it works. It is also said that Mahashivratri is the day when Shiva got married to Parvati, right? So I didn't know about this also. I think I got to know about it about a couple of years ago. But prior to that, I didn't know about it, right? So it is that then I came to know. But but it is also true that all of these are stories, really. Where divine forces are actually personified, so that the idea of the story gets across. So Shiva is the Purusha principle, and Parvati is the Shakti principle. And when they say it is marriage, it is means that they come together, and then creation happens. When consciousness and Prakriti or nature meet, then creation happens. So it's also the time where you can create or rejuvenate or recreate yourself. So it's a brilliant, auspicious day. Okay. So once again, to everyone, a very, very auspicious Mahashivratri to all. Okay, so this is about Shiva and Shakti, both are about the light. So light the lamp within yourself, within your heart, and keep the attention on that lamp. It's a day when if you it's you, they say that when you keep your attention on the lamp within your heart, then that light grows, and your attention is the oil to the light of that lamp. And as usual, I wish you all my highest wish for myself, right? So what I wish for myself, I wish for all of you. It is Shubham Bhuyat, Shivam Bhuyat, which is, may you be the source of all that is auspicious, right? The source doesn't need anything else. It has it. It doesn't need to receive anything from anybody. It is the source. So be Shubham Bhuyat, Shivam Bhuyat to you all. Today is also the day of the birthday of Ramakrishna Paramhans. Ramakrishna Paramhans was the guru of Vivekananda and Swami Vivekananda. And Swami Vivekananda, actually, I got introduced to him in my first year in college, where I read some of the works of Swami Vivekananda. These are very, very powerful works, and very, very useful, and started my journey not only outside but also within around that time. I also was looking at some of the festivals in the Panchanga, and what I came to know was that there is not a single day, in our calendar which does not have one festival or the other, or one one fast or something or the other. If somebody was to do that, you you would be fasting all the time. Today is also a day where people do a lots of fast. So some people will not have water throughout the day, will keep awake through the day as well as the night, keeping attention on that lamp burning in the heart. And or some people will maintain all silence and again keep attention on that. So various kinds of practices. But what is interesting is that in our panchang there's nothing, not a single day which is not auspicious, not a single day, and not a single day which is not a festival. So I like that, is that this culture, this land celebrates each and every day and finds reason and occasion to celebrate every day, right? Not just one day, but every day, right? And this is how it should be. So our every day in our month is special. It's an opportunity for us to create auspiciousness and usefulness to others. But one day, in a month, the Saturday nearest to the 15th of the month, we choose to celebrate as the festival day for the Vistra family, where everybody comes together and celebrates whatever has happened in the past and what we are creating together in the future. Okay, so many people talked about this. The last time it was quite drab. This time I made it somewhat different. One of the things that we did the last time, again it was one of the first. So Mazhar, who heads our training function and and leads the Vistra Academy. He helped me to run across the group, a survey post the first meeting. It was also a first, right? And 161 people participated. In fact, many people gave feedback and suggestions on that. So again, and one of the suggestions was that you should be able to give feedback or ask questions during this. Unfortunately, I think the way the amount of things that I want to cover during this monthly address is quite it keeps it quite busy. However, everybody who wants to write is should be able to write during the survey. Also, there is the Wow Moments, the email ID that has been created. Use it to talk about your insights. If there are suggestions, please feel free to give those suggestions. I typically respond to all of the suggestions or the whatever insights have been shared or moments that have been shared. Typically, I will respond. If I don't respond, feel free to remind that I have not responded. It is not good practice that I don't respond. So if I have not responded to anybody, please you have the right to ask, right? I will 100% respond to anybody who writes into me with any kind of suggestion. Okay, so that's Mahavakyas on who I am. This is about who we are, and I think on this day, on every Wow festival, or on every day when I begin my day, I look at this. Okay, I've been changing some of these words over some time because these are powerful, and I want to get these right. So these are the Dash Mahavakyas on who I am. And I wish this for you also, because I think, when we say that this is who I am, we create ourselves in that image, right? We are creators. So when we say this is who I am, we create ourselves, we mold ourselves like that. So if you feel that this is how you should be, then do have a look at this every day and repeat it to yourself. I am Wow, excelling in whatever I do. I am grateful to see and feel that we are truly blessed together. Every day I am focused and inspired. Why am I focused and inspired? For what? To learn and spread skills and knowledge. Why do I want to learn and spread skills and knowledge? To solve ever larger challenges. But why should I solve ever larger challenges? Well, to create greater happiness, success, and abundance. But for whom should I create greater happiness, success, and abundance? Well, for me, to be more useful to my team, my client, and to the world. Wisdom and grace shines through me in my thought, word, and deed. I keep my word and my promise. Wow happens through me, for I am the source of wow. I am that one lamp that lights up a million, has the power to light up a million. Okay, these are the 10 great Mahavakya means great declarations. So they say that anything that you say after I am, is has great power, because if you say I am dash 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 xxx, then that's who you become. If you say that I am a sinner, then you become a sinner. It's focused on that. If you say I'm weak and I'm powerless, then you become powerless. Well, I choose not to be powerless. I you know i choose to create myself in this image. Apo Deepo Bhava. This is what was said by the by the Buddha. Be the source of light yourself. Be the Deepak yourself. Right? Don't depend. Don't depend even on the Buddha. Is what he said. Be your own light. Right? And see yourself as a light that shines on others and lights up others. So I like these a lot, and I hope that you will see this image every day, and try to create yourself in this image. Okay, many people said that they liked the Mahavakya, so I thought it was worthy of repetition. Okay, so here it is. Also, many people talked about the light mantra. That in the last time I had introduced this. This was available to a select few people over the last few years. It had not been shared in general, but the last month I shared it to the entire group. This is again, in my own experience, very very powerful. It is not only a mantra; it is actually a practice, right? So this thing. So what is light? Or what is darkness really? Darkness is the absence of light. So if you are filled with light, then there is no darkness. And what is darkness? Anger, greed, jealousy, feeling powerless, poverty of thought, negativity, pessimism, fear. I can't say this, I can't do this. All of this is darkness. And when you are light, when you are filled with light, and if you feel yourself filled with light, then there is no darkness. So if you want a life filled with light, of joy, of happiness, of abundance, of smiling, of smiles and laughter, then of gratitude, of health, then fill yourself up with light. And you can do that. It's not something that you do only once in the on the Mahashivratri, or sometime on a Sunday or a Saturday. This is something that you can do anytime and every time. Before a meeting starts, during a meeting, after a meeting, or while you are working, etc. So you practice this. I don't know how many people practice this. While this was introduced the last time, this you can do for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, an hour. It would be good if you do twice a day, thrice a day, 4 times, 5 times, or any time throughout the day. You can have this bhava of feeling, that you anchor it in your own breath. And the more you are anchored in your own breath, um, this will be very very useful. By the way, how many people actually use this? Well, people said that they liked it the last time. How many really tried the light mantra? Anybody made it a practice? Anybody?
Yeah, sir. Every day morning after getting up, I'm doing it for 5 minutes.
Very good. Okay. So one. All right, so we're going to experience this today, okay? Maybe for just around 3 minutes, right, with me. So feel this. Inhaling light with the inhalation. Inhale. Feel like you are a sponge, right? You 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 are absorbing light when you inhale, and then when you are exhaling, you are blessing the entire universe, the entire earth, everybody, plants, animals, people everywhere, even Pakistanis, yes, blessing everybody, filled with light. When you inhale again, that you are filled with complete total light. And then when you are filled with light, you are light, right? You are that. And remember what you say, after I am, you become that. You become filled with that. Okay. So just for maybe 2 minutes, maybe 5 times. Inhaling light, exhaling light, filled with light. I am light. Inhaling light, exhaling light, filled with light. I am light. Inhaling light, exhaling light, filled with light. I am light. Inhaling light, exhaling light, filled with light. I am light. Inhaling light, exhaling light, filled with light. I am light. Inhaling light, exhaling light, filled with light. I am light. Okay, so you can do this for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes. The more you do, the more you repeat, the more powerful it will become for you. And it is transformational. I know it because I use it, right? So those who want, those who want to have their lives filled with gratitude and grace, where life is not a struggle, it becomes easy. Grace is when you're filled with light and grace, then your life becomes easy. Things happen with ease, and you see things. It's like grease. Grace is like grease. The 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 lubrication, right? If you don't have lubrication, then even the joints, they ache and creak. But if there is grace available in your life, then things happen easily, right? You receive blessings from everywhere around, from your juniors, from your colleagues, from your seniors, from your well-wishers. Everything becomes an occasion for this. So those who want their lives filled with grace and abundance, this is very, very easy, right? Easy to do. Don't choose struggle. A lot of people see life as a struggle, that it will become. Don't recognize even that it's a struggle. It's a pain to do this. Feel life as filled with grace. Those who see life as a struggle, even their breathing becomes difficult, right? And their nose will be blocked, or something else will be blocked. Okay, so feel yourself having ease, right? Everything is flowing, and it will make your life joyful. Okay, so since the last time, we have had plenty of events which we can celebrate. I don't think I can talk about all of them, but there have been just so many, right? So it's so I'm going to talk about some of the events. I'm sure a lot of you don't know about them, but it would be good to talk about. Not I can't cover all of that just because, well, there's a paucity of time. Okay, so some of you may have seen this A lot of you would have seen this yesterday. Transmon has been recognized and awarded. That's where you see our founder and CEO, Sachin Manan, being awarded India's for Transmon, it being recognized as India's best AI-driven customer journey monitoring platform. Okay, by the World HRD Congress, sponsored by Times Ascent. So yeah, okay. So this happened just the day before yesterday. So uh, a big round of applause to the entire Transmon team. Okay.
Congratulations.
Okay. This
Congratulations,
Tras-
sir.
this is Trascon getting recognized. So Arner, one of our international customers, very very important customers, they are recognizing Trascon as a strategic supplier. And why are they doing that? For the flexibility and outstanding performance as to how we have been supporting Arner in meeting their objectives. Arner, of course, supports a lot of companies which in turn are OEMs that supply defense equipment to India. Okay, so our relationship is getting stronger. You should see more such news coming forth from there. From 13th February to 17th February, we had our first participation in a very very big show. What you see, can you see my screen, everybody? Is it possible? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so that's what you see is the booth. Trascon interconnection systems. So we participated for the first time in the Aero show. Earlier, we used to go and just present ourselves and collect cards from others. This time, a lot of people came to our booth and inquired about what we do, and there were many inquiries. I believe that more than 25 to 30 fresh inquiries have come during this time. And well, it was a great show, that we got to be a part of. This I think our and everybody said that our booth well stood out, and was much better than others. So for that, Arun and Sushmita, they manned the booth for all 5 days, getting up early in the morning and ensuring that this thing was ready. So before the first people would come in, and it's not easy. I was there for just one day, and there you see it. I'm also over here with Sharon and Joran from Arner. And this is the team that made it all possible. Manoj, Arun, Sushmita, Harish, Sridhar, and Dilip, all people from Trascon got together and made this possible. Overall, it was a fantastic show. Well, once again, to Arun and Sushmita and to the team that made this possible, thank you very much. You kept the flag high. The booth was lovely, and I think everybody appreciated what was done here. Okay, Trascon, so this didn't happen last time, but I had not talked about it the last time. So, but this is an important thing that the group should know. So, Manoj, who is our management representative, and he leads all the certification for Transcon. He and the team facilitated this journey where we received the ISO 13485 certification. This is a certification. We already had the ISO 9001, which is required for defense, etc. This one is though happened slightly earlier. We hadn't talked about it the last time. This is extremely essential for getting into the medical market. And I was seeing the day before yesterday, what is the kind of precision that is required in the medical harnesses? Amazing. These are even more difficult and complicated than perhaps the defense ones. And in both cases, so while we'll be venturing into the the medical market, one way that I see this is that Trascon will be present in the majority where we will be present will be in the defense sector, the aerospace and defense sector, where also we, this is about saving lives, right? Saving our countrymen. But the medical one is where we are creating stuff which will be useful in saving, or having some part in saving humanity. People who are getting heart operations, etc. They will be using things which we are developing. So I'm extremely excited about what Manoj and team have been able to do all together. They've come together and showing a path where what was not possible earlier now becomes possible. This is a capability recognition. So once again, for Manoj and team, a big round of applause. Okay, apart from this, startup recognition for Asteya Services and vocab.ai. These are now recognized as startups by the government of India. Vocab.ai is a new company which is where we are involved as Wise Minds, and we are building something which will in collaboration with one of the IITs, and we're trying to build something which will be speech to text enabled, etc., or creating some solutions which will be AI, and as the name suggests, it's vocabulary, so converts speech to kind of text and creating some useful solutions out of this. Okay, Asteya also has been recognized as a startup. Brilliant. So some new things which are happening. So it will only say, what this goes to say is that the group is expanding, and we will see more and more of these, right? More startups, more opportunities, and areas that we will be addressing as a group. And for all people involved in the group, it will give an opportunity to well grow, and utilize their skills wherever they want to grow, right? So thank you everyone who is involved in doing this. Okay, so one of the new things that I requested the last time after this thing was that we all share our wow moments. And why? Because when you share a wow moment, then it's like a lamp which has the power to ignite, a million other lamps. So I'd made this special request. During my the first address in January, this was around the 14th, and then I also made a special request at the end of January, and at that time a lot of people participated and sent it to the email IDs that were created. Okay, so I have some views on that, and I'll talk about this. So while a lot of people participated, a lot of people didn't. They chose not to or send. So while I know that there have been other great moments that have been created, I'm only talking about those which have been sent to that ID. Why? Because otherwise I don't think it will be fair. It will be only those which are visible to me that I'm talking about. This was an opportunity available to everyone, so I'm only talking about those, and amongst those, some of them that I've taken out, which I think are special, that we should talk about. Okay, so those who dared to share, a lot of people, created wow moments. I think there are 28 who wrote in, out of about 200 or 250, 300 odd people, and here they are, the special 28. There are others I know who have created value, not only for their teammates, but for their customers, for clients, for the company. But they just haven't written to this place. And what doesn't get expressed doesn't get known. So I would encourage people who haven't shared to start sharing their stories, of how they are creating value, uh, and um, and and uh, and maybe some of these will get talked about. There's also a forum which is where it is available, which is not only on email. It is there on Great HR, and I want everybody to go to the feeds section in Great HR, and there you will see that there is a place where wow moments, appreciations. There are some people who are writing about it. I write something, some of those over there, uh, but clearly all those people who wrote here in these moments, they did not express there, and some of those who expressed over there did not express over here, and some didn't express at all. I think it is important that we share this, right? Because as I said, when you share, it leads to great ideas, and maybe one lamp will light up another lamp. Okay, a quick question over here. Yes, Dilip Hegde has raised a hand. Yes, Dilip, what do you want to ask? You want to ask something? Or maybe just another. I can't even see him, so he's not even showing his face. Okay, so a quick question. How many do not know about this? Um, you know, the the appreciations page in the feed. In Great HR. Is there anybody who is hearing about this? Okay, so well, here is where I want to show you. Okay, so you go to Great HR. Okay, just hold on. Can you go to Great HR? Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you see this feeds section
Yes.
on the left side,
Yes,
just
sir.
below home?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
This
sir.
is where you click.
Right.
If you click over here and you click on see more, then you would see this one called appreciations wow moment. Click over here, and then you see that there you have the ability to create a post, and you can talk about anything. The last one which was shared was on 8th of February. Imagine a group which is 300 people, and nothing, across 300 people, you don't have something beautiful to share every day. Hmm? I find it difficult to believe. I think all of you are creating something good almost on a daily basis. So here's Sangeeta talking about some stuff. Then here is me, saying some good thing that I had seen Asim, and so on and so forth. So you can go over here. It's very, very simple. Create a post, and then you can talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. You can have an attachment and create an attachment and send it over here. Okay. So, and also see what good things, what is good stuff that people are sharing over here. So I hope that people will be using this, right? And it's available to all. You can post stuff. Remember, we should be respectful. This is a privilege available to everybody. You can share this across the group. You can even make groups which are smaller. So if you want to share stuff which is only to, let's say, wise minds, then you can have that, or Trascon, then you can have that kind of groups available. Some of those groups exist. And share over here, right? So it's a good habit, right? And it is what leaders do. They share and inspire others. So thank you, everyone. 28 people who wrote in. I think I have responded to everyone. If I haven't, then you can hold me to account. Okay. So I do think I have responded to everyone. But if I missed, my apologies. Okay. So, but I did try to respond to everyone. Okay. So some selected wow moments. So the first one is Srinath. Srinath has been using future skills to gain skills in cyber security which was been created by Cisco. Now, Future Skills is something which is, which is available to all people who are part of this group, the Vistra family. And this are futures, and again and again, if you don't know about this, go and do talk to your supervisor about it. If your supervisors have not been telling you about this, you can reach out to Manmohan or to Mazhar, Mohammad Mazhar, who is responsible for our training and the Vistra Academy. So reach out to them and ask them about it. They will help you to subscribe to Future Skills. And there are multiple programs which are recognized by the industry. So, look, for example, Srinath has got this cybersecurity training from Cisco. So he's not part of Cisco. Srinath is part of WiseMinds. And he has access to training program material created by Cisco for its own employees. And the same one is available to Srinath. And he's gone there and completed that. Srinath also goes out and takes, gets trained and gets certified as an ethical hacker. Probably the first one from in the entire group. I'm not sure. Srinath, are you aware of any? Is Srinath there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Srinath, is there anybody else also who is an ethical hacker in our group?
That I don't know, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir. No.
So maybe, okay, so Srinath is the first ethical hacker of our group. So give Srinath a big hand.
Thank you so
Right.
much, sir.
It's very, very important for the security of data, information, etc. And now Srinath will be able to help us with respect to that. So this is an inspiration. Go use Future Skills and make yourself skillful. Right? This is what your promise is to yourself, to be inspired to learn new skills and knowledge so that you can solve ever larger and greater challenges. Right?
Yes.
This is Ananda. Ananda listened to the last address by the MD, and he came to know about Chat GPT. How many of you have created a Chat GPT account, by the way?
Sir, I have
Sir, me.
created.
I have created, sir.
created.
Okay, very nice. So I don't know how many. And I don't know. Do we have the ability, Manmohan, to do a quick, poll over here as to how many have participated in, how many have created a Chat GPT account?
Yes, sir. I have a poll.
So just create that poll and send that poll across. Okay. So while people are listening to me, you can run that poll. How many?
Yeah.
Just say how have created Chat GPT account. How many yeses? I think we have some 140 people currently who are there in 152. Okay, so 152 people are there. So let's see how many people have created their Chat GPT accounts. Okay, around 10, 12 account, 11, 12. All right. Okay, not 19. Okay, all right. Okay, so a small percentage have created, but this was something that I had shared. ChatGPT is one of the tools and a very, very powerful tool which is now available. It is having a huge impact in almost everything that we do. It has the ability to function like a coach. It can improve things. It can help us to solve problems. So what did Ananda do? Ananda, he is the leader of finance and accounts in Trascon, and he says ChatGPT gave me VB script to automate my emailing process with a click. I don't know. Is Ananda there? Is Ananda there?
Yes, sir. He's there.
So Ananda, can you quickly describe what you did? What was the problem that you solved with this?
Very good morning to all. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes, sir.
Happy Mahashivratri to one and all. So what I came to know in last meeting from teachers were that there is a magic box called ChatGPT, which I was not at all aware about, and he showed me what it can do. Then we definitely asked us to try it out. So I just created my account. I just wanted to automate my reporting process, which we used to do every day to manage. This report is there, and it is sent to the
Okay, so your voice is breaking, Ananda. So I think what I have not seen this. What I come to understand from this is that Ananda used ChatGPT and created the account in ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT how to create how or what would be the VB script in case he wants to automate uh, uh, his daily reports that he sends to multiple people. So he's automated all of that. He didn't know programming. He had no idea about programming. He's not a programmer. He's an accounting guy. He has no idea about programming. He asked ChatGPT to give the program. ChatGPT gives the program. He copies and pastes it and creates a macro, and he solves the problem. He solves the problem, which makes his life easy and enrich his own life, because now he's not spending time like a donkey, copying, pasting, and sending stuff to different people. He has reduced his clerical activity, enabled himself, and now he can be more useful to the company, to his team, and to the clients of Trascom. Brilliant. So if you can also follow Ananda's lead. Those who have some questions can reach to Ananda. I hope, however, Ananda will follow my request and create a small training video as to what was happening before and what has happening now with what was the question that he asked to ChatGPT, what was the answer, and how did he use that answer. And if he can create a small video, a training video, which can then be posted and on the Vistra Academy, and can be shared with everybody. And you can this 5-10 minute training program will be useful for others and maybe inspire others. So I hope that will happen. I've been requesting him. Maybe he will find some time. But brilliant that he solved a problem. Okay. Apurva, is a young girl, about is with Wise Minds for the last 1.25 or some years, and she talks about so many things. She has resolved the problem on automating finance reports. So earlier they were downloading stuff from Tally, and now what she has done is she has found a way in which you can directly interface with the Tally database that was not earlier available, and therefore now there's a real-time data sync, and there is no requirement for cleaning of reports that would, or prepared reports which would come from Tally. That's all very, very nice. Okay, there was an issue. Then she says that there was a MySQL issue, and during a server migration, and Kavya and Vasanti, their teammates in the BICOE, and she found something on the SQL mode is equal to only full group by had to be enabled. Okay, so something had to be enabled and it was not enabled. We didn't know about it. This is disabled by default, and we figured it out and we solved this problem, and they all solved it together and everybody benefits. Now this is part of our understanding and knowledge. Now she's working on another project which is called DIDB. Now it has been changed. The name is changed, and she's part of creation. She's giving birth to something new. A new product is emerging. She spent some time learning on database structure and design, and There's something called a DB designer that she has learned, and she's also helped Chandra, who's a new, who's a person who's just joined about a couple of months ago, and in the BICOE, and has trained him on Syntheta. Now Chandra is helping all of the Asteya team in deploying Syntheta for their clients, right? So this is one lamp lighting another lamp, and now Chandra is functioning as a coach to another guy, Gangadhar, who is also just joined. Has Gangadhar joined today? Is he available or no?
He will
Okay.
join from Monday onwards.
Okay, no worries. All right. So then there is Jeevan, who's been doing some good stuff. Saurabh wrote in, and what this team is doing is, so for Transmon, we would share this product with those who would buy this product, user licenses, etc. And then we find that a lot of people would only use a few functionalities, not the full functionality of the product. Now, this is not fair to the customer, and it is also not good for us, right? So we have a metric, a measure, which is called customer adoption rate. It was 47% for one of Jeevan's customers, and that's WakeFit. Jeevan is the key account manager for WakeFit. It was 47% in December, and he's now made it 79% in January exit. So from 47% to 79%, magical, the kind of adoption increase that has happened. And he tells this story over here. How did he manage to do it? And he was supported by Ganesh and Pratima in making this happen. So let's hear from Jeevan how he made this possible.
Jeevan, we cannot hear you, man.
Sorry?
Jeevan's audio is not the audio is not playing.
Oh, that's a video. तो जीवन तू तो साक्षात यहाँ पे है यार. You are present.
Hi sir.
In person. So why don't you tell the story yourself यार? बताओ.
Right. Sure, sir. Sure. Hi. Good morning all. So
Namaskar, very good morning, champ. बताओ.
Right. So WakeFit was a client that had been added to our list, and they started using Transmon last year from May. So initially, we helped them in normal audits. Then we explained them what the features that we have in Transmon, and we understood the challenges that they were facing. So usually they were using Google Sheet for calibration, for doing ATA, for sharing briefing and PKT with the agents. So understanding the challenges that they are facing, and so we informed them that we already have these features available in Transmon, and there were few customizations that were required. So with the help of Ganesh and then Pratima, we got those customization done as per client requirement. We guided them how to use those modules, and whenever they were facing any challenges, we were always there to help them. So we won the client's trust, and they were very happy using those features. So right now, initially last month it was 47, but we closed January till 79. So most of the modules they have already started using. So the modules only left are where it would be form creation. So that is done by us. Apart from that, data upload and allocation, that is being done by us. But apart from that, rest all modules are being used by the client now. And they are very happy using these. And apart from this also, if I talk about Ops Group, so Ops Group also WakeFit, from their QA to team leader till QA admin to admin, all of them, they on daily basis use Ops Group also. So they were having high occupancy in using Ops Group and Transmon features.
Yes, so while Jeevan was here, I had requested Jeevan to create the story in Lumen. Uh, and this is an important part. I believe, and I'll talk about this. There's a reason why I want people to be able to use either in video. So they've used Lumen. Jeevan probably, while I've been asking everybody to to use Lumen, probably Jeevan did the best implementation of this storytelling uh, till now. uh, he gave a voiceover, and it's his voice, but there are other tools which are available. These are all AI enabled, and I'm going to talk about this. So this was an example where Jeevan has used an AI tool. One request was made and he implemented it immediately. It takes me more times with others, but Jeevan did it immediately, and he did it very well. So he did twice. First he did it without a voiceover, then he did it with a voiceover. So Jeevan, thank you for showing this, and to show this to everybody. Again, you are not a software developer or whosoever. You don't come from mass communication background, and it is so easy to do, right?
sir.
You know,
Right.
yeah, and so just don't wanted to share that, right? This should become
Thank you, sir.
something that we should use.
And
Okay.
let's hear it for Jeevan, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Virtual claps की जगह real claps कर लो यार.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, this is the next one is Shreyas. So learning happens not only by attending training programs and doing stuff. Sometimes it happens when you travel along with your boss, right? And here is Shreyas. He says he was shit scared talking to people. He had attended the FADA event. FADA is the automotive industry's biggest event, right? And happens once per annum. And they went there, and he found it very, very difficult initially, but saw Naveen participating, and yeah, he could go up and walk up to anybody. Naveen can walk up to anybody and start a conversation, and then make friends very, very easily. And it's a very, very important skill that people should have, right across, approaching another human being and getting interested in them, and and listening to them and figuring out how we can help them. Very, very powerful skill. And what Shrey said was that he got an insight and now will be more comfortable doing that. Now, it was not all work. There was some play as well. And here is what Shreyas learned, how to have fun, by looking at somebody senior.
This was supposed to be a private content, guys. Private content. Shreyas leaked the private content. We'll talk about this later on.
This is fun, but I enjoyed it very much. Just look at the joy. Observe. This is how people should look. In our group, across the Vista group. And Naveen is an example of that, definitely. All right. Then the next one, and actually I can spend 2 hours just on this one page. But this is from Harish, and he has been creating systems where he solved a problem, helped a teammate, solving a problem, learning, teaching, and so on and so forth. Over here, he has written so many over here. Unfortunately, all of them are not. None of them. Actually, not all of them. None of them are there on that feeds in Vistra, so nobody else gets to know about this. But he's developed a planning system, very, very powerful planning system, which is helping the planning folks. But more importantly, what he's very recently developed is what is called the project portfolio management system. Okay, this I believe is something that would help every business, not only Trascom and its clients, but also whether it is Astea or it is Transmon or it is AutoSherpa or whichever one, right? So over here, what it does is using in combination with open projects. What he has done is that it gives complete visibility to all activities and project status. And with this, some, I think, 3,000 activities across, some 70 odd projects, they are getting, there is visibility. Without this, nobody knows what's going on. We have 70 projects running, and nobody knows which activities happened, which is activity not happening. Everything is in what is called Ram Bharose, right? So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, you say sorry and you miss that. Now this brings back control in our own hands. This brings visibility to ourselves, and not only this brings visibility to the client. When we are running projects for the client, we can share this project plan, each of those steps to the client, and the client can get to know whether something has been ordered, not ordered, where things are, what the status is, if there is some issue, and all of that communication, documentation available on this PPMS and open projects implementation. This is brilliant. What I would again request Harish and team is to use Lumen 5 in video actually, to show and train people, create small modules as to what a good implementation is like of project management. Maybe it will help other parts of the business, right? Okay, this is from Tilak. He had an MOU between APD, and APD is one of the largest NGOs, and TISPL, which is TRASCON, and we onboarded 16 folks from APD. APD is the Association for People with Disabilities. It is an Astea customer, but it is one of the largest NGOs which helps people who have disabilities. So people who can't, who are deaf, dumb, or have some disability, typically won't get accepted in other places. 16 of them were accepted because Tilak facilitated that. He also facilitated the 100% training for IIPC for all employees. So training receives a lot of focus because of Tilak and Manoj and Surinder, that they have been driving this, and which is fantastic. And all of our people, this is very, very essential skill in order for TRASCON to operate, and everybody is receiving that. Unlike in Wise Minds where or in Astea where training can happen remotely, here training cannot happen remotely. It has to be done physically. They've ensured 100% of the employees have received this. Very, very critical skills, very small wires, and how they and a learning of that is required to happen. He's also renewed some trade licenses and stuff like that. Arjun has implemented the apprenticeship program, enrolled 3 people into the apprenticeship program, and some claims. Chandra has recently joined about 3 months now, I think, and he's shared his wow moments. So here is what Syntheta used to look like earlier. He's changed its look and feel. Now this is how it looks. What he has done is also developed. Some of the clients said, this doesn't look nice. And what he's done is that he's created the flexibility where you can change the background by clicking over here. So if the client wants to have it dark color, then he can create this thing on Syntheta. So now it is easy. Earlier, there was manual updation of data for APD, because of Tally. Now this is the same stuff. He had done it with Apurva, right? So it can auto extract data from Tally and upload to database. Now this is not what they solved only for APD. The same solution can now be utilized to offer services for other clients. And again, brilliant. And we will offer we will offer certain services which will utilize this syncing with Tally. Okay, then he's also provided a search filter in the dashboard. So at the start of the dashboard, if you have many dashboards, it becomes difficult for a customer. So he's provided a filter over there, so you can search what is it that you're looking for, and that will appear. Okay, and then he learned about certain things which he's learning, right? So I don't even know what is in Splash, but nevertheless he's learning some stuff. Okay, so thank you, for sharing that. Vasanti, she's joined about 1.5 months ago to BICOE. Is a fresher. She was asked to learn Open RPA, and she's done that. And not only done that, she's learned Open RPA and then helped the IT help desk team, Dinesh, to automate the process of monitoring servers. So Dinesh was struggling with and we have so many servers, 30 plus servers are there. How do you monitor each one of them? And what she's helped him do is to use Open RPA. RPA stands for Robotic Process Automation. So earlier you need to go and check whatever you need to check, go to 30 servers and do that. Now what it does is that the robot will keep on running and raise an alarm in case something is out of whack, and Dinesh doesn't have to keep on going in multiple places to figure this out. Very good, right? And she did it in a week's time. And she had no prior experience of Open RPA, so it's so easy, and it was lovely. I'm running out of time, but basically this is by again Manmohan, and I believe some people are unable to see or hear the voiceover, and Manmohan basically is saying here that they went to Cochin to Kalyan Jewelers, and Kalyan Jewelers, they talked extremely well about the kind of services. They were having some problems, and they reached out and they depended on Wise Minds and folks over here to and giving more orders to Wise Minds, which is great. This is Sridhar and team. What they've done is there was no mold for straight plug and L angle. This is what is looking like. There's the straight plug and the L angle. You can see those photographs. There was no mold available, and the customer required that. And what Sridhar and team have done is that they made it available within 15 days. It was not earlier available with us. It showed and proved our molding capability to the customer, helped the customer to choose Tascon as an alternate supplier for these parts. And what it opens up is pathways for greater sales. Is Sridhar there?
No, sir, he's not joined.
Okay, no worries. So, but what this shows is that operations can help sales, right? And together we can grow. And this is not only true only for Tascon. Everywhere, when operations is alive and inspired, it just functions as a force multiplier for sales, and sales functions as a force multiplier because you understand customers and what their prospects are saying, etc. to operations. This is Dayanand, right, from Lenovo team. This is pure grit. Whatever he's shared just demonstrates pure grit to serve customers. So he's received an appreciation mail directly from Nitin Garg, who is the ops director for Lenovo, and he is appreciating, Daya for helping meeting his deadlines. Then there is Rajeshwari, who used to report to Nitin, and this is a conversation which is happening on WhatsApp at around 11:30 p.m. night. And Raji says, you are awesome to work with, and I promise that to you that I will make our Tuesdays better. So they have been with all the kinds of issues. They have been supporting the client, and you just look at this. These are amazing words from Raji, and the feelings can be felt. Whatever, you are awesome to work with, and I promise you that we'll make our Tuesdays better. It is pure and genuine appreciation. Fantastic. Thank you, Dayanand and team. Okay, now I think I've touched upon all the good things that I wanted to talk about. I've not been able to capture everything. It is impossible, and I hope that we'll use technology more better, so that great stories of inspiration can be shared and and is available to all. And we'll use the wow dot moments at Wise Minds, Trascon, and Astea. And whatever if you want to send a suggestion, if you don't want to post it there, you want to send it to me, I will receive it, I will respond to it. But if you feel that it is share worthy, do share it with the rest of the group in Great HR. It's a great platform. Now here is what I want to talk about, and say that we must become heirs powered. From the last 1.5 months now, I've been consumed by this, and I'll tell you what heirs powered means. And I believe that now is the time that all of us must become heirs powered. We must have heirs powered processes, and we must have heirs powered professionals. What is heirs? AI stands for artificial intelligence. R stands for robotics, open RPA, very, very easily available. And S stands for Syntheta. It is our own internal application. We must become heirs powered. We must not be dependent on an external Masiha to come and help us. I believe that, while there was a time when AI was available only to a select group of people, we have now reached a place where it is democratized. Tools are available, you only need to use them. And if you don't use them, you are going to have very, very stiff competition. Not even stiff, it's going to be easy competition. The person who is heirs powered will win. It's just like somebody saying that I will use a notebook, and somebody, for computing, for tallying something, and somebody else uses a computer. That's the kind of difference. It's available. I have been just consumed by over the last 1.5 months with the kind of stuff which is available. And everything and almost every activity, you can deploy this in whatever it is that we do. So what do we want to do? So to all supervisors, all managers, all leaders, here is what I'm calling on. I'm saying, look at all the tasks and activities, and to every individual who is doing it. Even if you're functioning as a coach, you can become heirs powered. Either you are heirs powered or you are not heirs powered. Powered, empowered, whatever you want to call it. Now, we must differentiate ourselves from others, and now is the time to do that. Look at all the tasks, activities that are occurring in your team, department, function. You might be sourcing parts in Trascon. You might be creating some Excel file or some comparison or whatever. Everything that you are doing, you're sending a report. We had an example. Ananda shared it. Sending a report, just that simple an act, and it can become, heirs powered. So what he has done is created a bot using a macro, and he didn't know how to do that. He didn't go to Naigam or somebody else to ask for help. He created that small application himself and solved his problem. Everybody across the company should become like that. So look at all the tasks and activities that are occurring in your team, department, function. Look at what is not heirs powered, which is not driven by AI, or which is not driven by robotics or a robot, open RPA, or which is not being, if you are using reports or whatever, it's not Syntheta powered. And find out what can be heirs powered, and then include it in plans to make it heirs powered. AI can be used for almost anything. Well, almost is important. It can't be used for some other things, but it can be used for almost anything. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I and before that, I was speaking to another leader who is a close friend of mine who had come to visit me from Delhi. And he's saying that, suddenly the communication of one of his team members improved dramatically. And he said, "Yeah, what happened to you? Your English was very, very poor. Everybody used to say, here, who are they stuck with? And now suddenly your English is very, very good and your grammar is fantastic." And so what he said was that I'm now using Chat GPT. Whatever I want to write, I ask Chat GPT to correct it. And it takes seconds. So there are various tools which you can use. Now, a lot of times companies, organizations say that, a lot of people, Indians, are not employment worthy. Why? Because they can't speak English. And I don't give a shit about people not being able to speak English. We are Indians. English is not our mother tongue, except for some people like me, the Angrez chale gaye, mere ko chhod ke piche. But most people, our mother tongues are different. It is unfair to expect that they will be they'll be good in English. I had customers visiting from Israel, and their English is not great either. It's and they are leading, they are functioning as leaders, and they're doing great business, and so on and so forth. So we shouldn't look down on ourselves if we don't know English. However, today tools are it is no, but that does not mean that we will abuse the language. Tools are today available. Chat GPT is available. Grammar checks are available. In your email, it is available. When you are doing that, it is expected that you will use those tools and correct the language so that what finally goes to the customer or anybody who's seen your output, it is correct. Right? So please use these tools. I don't expect great English from folks, but when you should be experts or pundits of that, but your output should be correct, right? Because it reflects on you, and because whatever reflects on you, I bathe in that reflection, the light that you are sending to me. So you can use AI for anything. Chat GPT can be used for writing programs, but it's not the only one. There is Chat GPT, there is the GitHub Copilot, and there's a Replit ghostwriter. I don't know which one is the good one, which one is the best one. I don't know. But if it makes you, more proactive and it makes you more efficient, I am happy to invest in these capabilities, which will enable you. So you figure this out, and so that we can make our programs faster, better, effective. If we have written programs, you can do some testing on them. Even that's possible. Okay, making web apps. Now, small applications, just like you wanted to write a small code, a macro, Anand was able to do it in finance. You can even make web apps. I mean, using, and they require no code. So there's bubble.io. And anybody who wanted to create solutions but was afraid of software, they have the capability to do this. Making ads, email campaigns, use copy.ai or Chat GPT. Making presentations using tome.app, free. Video, text to video and text to speech using InVideo. Searching, again, Chat GPT. And there's a new field of engineering which has opened up. It is called prompt engineering. Why? Because all of these AI tools require a prompt. You need to give an input, then it will give an output. So what should be the prompt which will give the right output? That's called prompt engineering. And how do you use different prompts to get the right output? That's called prompt engineering. And the people are now writing books on that. We must become good at prompt engineering, just like it is essential that we are good at Googling. Googling is a part of our jobs. Similarly, we must become good at prompt engineering. And finally, being a good storyteller is going to be an essential leadership skill. You will be expected to tell good stories. It is a good leadership skill in any case. So all those who want to be leaders, seen as leaders, learn storytelling. See how people tell stories. And you can use this video thing. This is not only about that. This is about telling stories. This is about teaching. This is about communication. Some of this stuff cannot be done today by AI. And you will, be required to talk to human beings, right? And making that happen. So learn these skills. This is good. Okay. I am using almost all of this. Okay. And so should you. I am an old guy. You are the young folks. It is amazing that despite being told about ChatGPT, only a few percentage of the people have logged on to ChatGPT. It is miraculous. Miraculous. And so are all of this. Everybody knows, this. Everybody knows that my presentation is not good. Okay, I'm not a great designer. I'm not a great painter. All these photographs that you're seeing, all these that have been built,
Yes, sir.
these I have made them. I prompted it, but these are all AI's part. This is all AI. All of them done in seconds. And they are not available anywhere else. All these paintings, they are me, they're my words, but the translation is being done by AI. Okay, so you can, if somebody wants to see, they can compare what was my presentation in the first communication, in the January communication, and this one. Look at the visuals. Okay, and you can learn from this what power is this. Now, a lot of people have not really shared anything about their wow moments. Okay, some did. We talked about 28 people. The others did not. Now, it is not that you haven't had wow moments. The others who did not share. Some did not share. Some did not think it was worthwhile sharing. Or some people think that it is, something is not a wow moment. No human being goes through a day without the wow moment. But you should recognize it. And if you do believe that it is not something that is wow, okay, then at least you can plan it. Nothing has happened in January. Nothing has happened till the mid of February. Okay. Then the rest of the time is available. What can you do? How will you create wow? How will you invite wow in your life? Why is wow necessary? It is necessary because what else is life for? If there is no wow in your life, what is the meaning? If you don't enjoy, if you are not inspired, if you don't feel happy helping others, if you're not joyful because you learned something new, if you're not happy to solve a problem, there's nothing that you are doing. I refuse to believe this. All right. I think all of you are doing it. I hope that if you have, sometimes it happens that even if it has happened, we forget it. We don't give it attention. But it is easy. I've been telling whosoever works with me that there are 5 ways in which you can invite wow into your life. All of it is within your control. It is not a disease that you need to acquire. It's not an accident that needs to happen to you. You can invite it. You can design it. You can enrich your life. How? First, by recognizing that wow happens when you help others. This is not about I, me, myself. This is about others. The more you help others, the more you are useful to others, the greater your life is enriched. This is life. This is law. This is universal law. This is what happens. This is what I am trying to do. This is what this organization is trying to do with products, services, whatever it is. We're trying to help maximize our usefulness. This is also true for individuals. The first thing, how can I be more useful? So look around. You will find somebody who requires help. It will be your colleague. It may be a customer. Somebody. It might be your boss. Help them. Figure out how you can be useful to them. As Kennedy said, ask not what your country will do for you, ask what you can do for your country, right? Ask not what others will do for you, ask what you can do for others. Helping others without expecting anything in return. Just help to the best of your capability. And then learn something. So why do you want to learn new skills and knowledge? So that you can help more deeply, more effectively. So help, learn. Then once you have learned, teach. Don't give a man just fish. Teach him how to fish so that he is enabled for life, empowered. Solve a problem. Whether it is your own or your team's or somebody's problem. Solve a problem. These are the ways that we can invite wow into our lives. And then when you have a wow moment, recognize it. Nobody is going to ask for your kidneys. Yeah, we look at very, very simple things. In fact, there was one wow moment. I forgot to mention this. There was one which had been sent by Oscar. The simple thing. He had gone to Cochin, and this time he was not with there was an emergency. He had gone to Cochin. He was alone. Nobody remembered his birthday. He was saying, "Yeah, nobody is going to. This will be the first time. No family, nothing, etc." And then Leo and Dinesh, etc. They were there, and they gave him at the stroke of the midnight hour. They woke him up and did things with him, unspeakable things with him, unspeakable. I can't even talk about it. But he's happy. So so he's happy, and I'm happy that he is happy. Right? This is joy. This is us. In the small things, we will find divinity. One light, one lamp will light up a million. Okay, so what your MCOM team is doing, management committee is doing over the now, for the last 2 months is, and will continue to do, is we are going to work on the plans of what we are going to do in the new year. The fact is that your management committee, every member has a 30, 60, 90-day plan. They see it, what is the problem that they are going to solve, what they are working on, and they review it on a weekly basis. A 30, 60, 90 plan. That's what makes them effective. Keeps them on course. Do we miss? Do we get everything on? No, we miss. But it keeps the direction. So we know what we are working towards. So we are listing down what we will do. What problems will we solve? Which group of people will we help using our products and services? What skills and capabilities must we acquire or build so that we can help and increase and maintain our relevance to the world, to the universe? Now, while this is what your leadership is doing, I would also encourage everybody, okay, that you can invite the wow. This is the wow. Ask the same questions. Who can I help? Next 30 days, who can I help? What problem will I solve? Etc. Next month, every month, this is called, so I say that every month we have every month is a project. A month has a fixed start and a fixed end. At the beginning of the project, see what you want to do in this month. It's a project. The project always has a fixed start and a fixed end. What is the outcome at the end of these 30 days? Is it worth your time? If not, add more to this and help somebody, learn something, teach something to somebody, solve a problem. Okay? It's the small things that matter. Nobody wants you to boil the ocean. solve world hunger, etc., etc. Take care of the small things. Those that are completely in your control, at least do them, improve them, transform them, change them, make them AI heirs part. Do something, right? And plan those moments. You will have something to talk about. You will be enriched. And then you will have stories, not only that you will tell to your colleagues, but to your grandchildren. You will tell, this is what I did. And it made a difference. We must become more effective. In order to be more effective, we must have the right habits or the processes. A good book that shares what these right habits are is, and I love this book, is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm sharing this with you. If you have read it, great, read it again. Good books are worth reading again and again. And if you haven't, get this book, read it. There is also, skills and knowledge are things which you can get through books. This guy was an expert, made millions in just coaching people on this. It's also available on YouTube for free. You can look at that as well. But a good book is a treasure forever, right? So have that. It took me time just to understand the first one. I don't think I've even, the first habit is something that I've perfected yet. It's very, very powerful. Okay, the other thing is this, one of the habits is that we must sharpen the saw. We must learn and increase our skills and knowledge. And that means that I must read, I must look at what's happening in the world, keep myself abreast, etc. Leaders are required to do that. Those who want to be leaders must do that. They must read, must constant again in their field, in their chosen field, and they must keep abreast with this. I read a good book last month, and I'm sharing that with you. Now it is said that CEOs typically should read, about 52 books in an year. And some of my partners actually read so many books, maybe 40 books or something like that. I have kept a goal that I will read at least one good book every month, because it's not only books that I read, I do other stuff as well. One good book. And every month I will share the one which I read, and if it is a useful book to read for all, or at least who can benefit. So recently, in the last 60 days, I read a 60-page book called Obvious Adams, the story of a successful businessman. This was written in 1916. I came to know about it through some of the people that I follow, and they recommended it. It's a beautiful book. Obvious Adams, very small book. It's still relevant today. Good book. It is recommended. Okay. Last. Okay, this is also something that I put as a structure of what I'm going to do. And I'm going to seek feedback whether it is something that you want me to continue doing or not. But it is basically, one management lesson, one single small point that I'm going to share from whatever I've learned in my life. And this is what drives people and what should drive you. This is that lesson that I'm going to share. Okay, this comes from somebody called Maslow and Maslow's needs hierarchy. I don't know how many people have known about this, but this is part of MBA training programs. It is typically taught to those people. It says that people work because of their needs, and there's a hierarchy of needs. At the lowest level are physiological needs: food, water, shelter, sleep, clothing, sex, etc. These are physiological, basic needs. Then comes safety needs, personal security, employment, resources, health, property, etc., etc. Then comes the third level, love and belonging, the need to belong, to be a part of a family, a community. This is how we expand ourselves. We go beyond I, me, myself. Physiological needs and safety needs are largely about I, me, myself, just saving the basic. Love and belonging is about expanding ourselves. This family and company and community and stuff like that. Here, strength comes from others. And then there is esteem, which is respect. This is the fourth level need: self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, freedom. Freedom. uh, this is where this comes from, right? Which is the fourth level need. And the last one is self-actualization. This is that desire to become the most that one can be. Every human being is different. What I want for myself may be different from what my partners want, what my kids want, what you will want from yourself. Because you are a different seed. The mango seed cannot become an apple tree, much as it might try, and might think that the apple tree is the apples are beautiful, they're more hardy, they don't get destroyed so easily. And the apple tree cannot become a mango tree. And if they try, then they will be unsuccessful and unhappy throughout their lives. The best that can be, that we can aspire, is that we become what we are. The seed becomes the tree. Okay, most people believe that, and even Maslow believed, that the higher order needs, 4 and 5, or 3, 4, 5, they happen only when 1 and 2 are done. So you would say that people, when they're focused on 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 don't work. And there is a Hindi adage also, which muhavra, which goes like, there's bhuke pet bhaje nahi Ram. If you are hungry, then your mind does not even focus on Ram, okay, or stuff like that. That you can't meditate if you're hungry. And it's true to one extent. But I will say this, that while a lot of people want to work upwards like this is not the way to be happy, or to the starting point for whatever is excellence is the reverse, is to recognize who you are and what you enjoy, and what and to be aligned with what your feelings are. So if you love sales, you enjoy talking to customers, then that's what you should do. If you're stuck in doing analysis when you enjoy sales and speaking to customers, then you will be unhappy. And I know of people like that, right? And people really flower when there is alignment between who they are and what they are doing. So the first thing is dharma. Dharma means what is aligned to me. It is harmony between my nature and what I am doing. So realize this. And if you are stuck in something that does not give you joy, right, then find something that will. Because otherwise you are not being true to yourself, you're not being true to your team, not being true to your client, not being true to your organization. So find something. And if I would love to, have an organization where people really love what they're doing. Then it's not work. It's fun. It's joy. It's delight. And that will show, it will show in your eyes, it will show in your face, it will be a lamp that lights up a million. You can't make Sachin Tendulkar sing like Lata Mangeshkar, and you can't make Lata Mangeshkar bat like Sachin Tendulkar. Give them all the money in the world, even then they will be unhappy. But Tendulkar will bat 6 hours every day, even if you don't give him money, because he loves the game. And Lata Mangeshkar will get up early in the morning at 4 o'clock when nobody is listening, because she loves to sing. That's who she is, and that's who he is. So define who you are, understand, and you are light, and you will light up a million. Let the sun shine from within. Okay? So understand this. A lot of people are focused on the lower two ones, but our third one is love and belonging. Strength comes from others. This is the person who says, do you know who my father is? जानते मेरा बाप कौन है? Strength comes from being a part of a group. But really, we come into our own when we start contributing to others, where we are not focused on ourselves, we're focused on others. Contributing to others, making ourselves, increasing our usefulness. And in that, whichever way that is, when it happens and the seed becomes the tree, that's when you will have joy in your life. So thank you very much. With this, I'll bring to an end. I hope you have a great day. And enjoy yourselves. Have a great Mahashivratri. I will go and I will try to practice some silence during this time and focus on the light within. And I hope that you will also grow that light within. Practice the light mantra, shine on, and shine bright, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.